Hey guys, so this is part 2 of My Sister's Bedroom is Haunted. If you haven't watched part 1, click the link below, it'll be in the description box. And yeah, so stay tuned. Remember to go grab something to eat and a pillow because it probably will take a while. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. So, the night my dog was in the room, he was running around like a crazy maniac dog, running from one side of the room to the other. But when he was growling, he would always stay in the same place above this exercise ball where the L plate was above the roof. Now he was just growling. So my dad walks past the room and he comes back to the living room and he's like, "Go get Gizmo, he's going nuts in your room." And I'm like, is there something in your room? And she's like, "No, I didn't leave any food in there or anything like that." So I was like, okay, let's go to your room and see what he's doing. So we went to the room. And he was standing and looking at himself in the mirror. But when he was looking in the mirror, his eyes were sort of like looking towards... So I've got mirrors here. And it's the exact same in my sister's room. It's like a mirror image. So the ball was sitting there. He was looking in the mirror, but he was looking in the mirror at the roof. And above the roof, there's an air vent. So he was looking in there as well. And he was going up and down, up and down, up and down, growling. And we thought it was really, really funny. Now, whenever I hear like paranormal stuff, I'm always one to be scared, but in this instance, my sister was so scared and I took it as a big joke. I thought it was the funniest thing that had happened because she was freaking out, but I don't know, for some reason I thought it was really funny, like I was not believing her one bit. So we go into her room a little while later and we decide to sit on her bed because she did not want to sit in there by herself, but she wanted to be in her room, so I was like, okay, I'll sit there with you. So I was on my iPad, just flicking through Instagram, doing my thing, and suddenly she starts crying. And I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm really freaked out, like I can feel the back of my hairs on my neck standing up, like I'm getting goosebumps. And I'm like, you're an idiot, there's nothing in here. And our dog was still going nuts at the time, so we were watching him go from one end to the other. Suddenly he would stop and he would look and he would run. And I thought it was a fly, so I'm like, I'll just go get some fly spray, it's all good, we'll get rid of this thing. He's running up and down, still doing it. An hour or two has passed, the same thing is still happening, but this is where it gets more intense. So my sister's sitting on her bed, and she's talking to me and we're laughing, and suddenly she feels a cold chill on her feet. And she starts screaming. And I was like, what are you doing? And she goes, I cannot move, but I can feel a cold breeze on my foot. So I was laughing like, you idiot, there's no cold breeze, so I put my hand over her foot. It was iced cold. I'm not even kidding, like if she was here right now saying this video with me, she would tell you the exact same thing, but she doesn't want to be in this video because she thinks it could uprise again, and we don't want to uprise that. So basically there was a cold breeze, like it was ice cold, like if you put your hand in the freezer and you got that sort of like cold chill, that's what it felt like. And at that moment in time I was kind of like, oh, this could be serious, and then I was like, wait, the window's probably open. So I get off of the bed laughing still, and I check the window's closed, and I was like, okay then, I don't actually know what it can be, but I don't think it's a ghost. Anyway, so we waited a little while longer, and our dog was going more crazy at this time. And this time my other dog was going nuts as well, so they were running around, and they started running around the house. When they were running around the house, the tension in the room sort of like cooled down a bit, like the vibe, and there was no cold breeze. They came back in the room, and this time it was more stronger. I could feel the goosebumps on my arms, I could feel the back of my hairs on the neck standing up, and I was getting freaked out. So when I told our parents, we're like, okay, there's a ghost in the room, and obviously they're not going to believe us. They're like, yeah, there's a ghost in the room, what have you guys been doing, watching too many scary movies? No, we hadn't. Anyway, so we sat back in the room, we're talking, and suddenly it started getting worse. Our dog was running up behind where her side table is, like her bedside table, and there was like a breeze coming there, and I could feel it this time. And I was like, oh no, that's not good. Anyway, so my sister started crying, and I was like, stop crying, like it's okay, it's nothing. And then my sister was like, oh, I've been having dreams of Granddad, which our granddad passed away when I was little. I would have been about 2. And my sister was only a baby, so she didn't really know him, but he was a prankster. And my sister was like, I've been having dreams about him, maybe it's him trying to connect with me. And I was like, oh, it could be, you never know. because at the time she thought she was becoming like a psychic, like a medium. So she was like, it could be happening to me. I'm probably becoming like Teresa. If you don't know who Teresa is, watch Long Island Medium. It's like the best. We love that show. So my sister thought she was becoming a medium. Don't ask me why, but she thought she was. Anyway, so I was like, it's okay then. It's not like a bad ghost. It's Granddad. He's pulling a prank on you. And so we got underneath the covers and we're watching like YouTube videos on the iPad, and suddenly that cold breeze was coming underneath the sheets, and I was like, whoa, 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 this isn't funny. And so my sister starts getting really scared. The door slams. And I was like, nah, this isn't happening. I don't know what this is. And my mum came in and she's like, don't worry, you know, if it is your granddad, he's just a prankster. He's just trying to scare you. And I was like, okay, this doesn't seem right. So she calls my cousin. Now, my cousin was working away at the time, so he wasn't here, but he has had a lot of paranormal experiences, which he has told me about, every single one of them, and it's real, because when I was little and I used to say, there's ghosts, I'm scared, he'll say, it's all fake, you're an idiot. And once things started happening to him, he believed it and he told me not to mess with that sort of stuff. So we called him, and he tells my sister to go get Granddad's Bible and open it up to, I think it was Genesis or something like that, and start reading out loud. And I was like, oh my God, do not scare her. She's going to freak out. Anyway, so she starts opening the Bible and she's like, I can't read it, I'm too scared. So I talk to him and I'm like, you know, stop scaring. And he goes, no, this exact thing happened to me. And I'm like, how can it happen to you? You're not even here. And he's like, anyway, just do it and then let me know what happens. So she does that, and somehow we were getting really, really scared. Like, after we sat on the bed and we could hear noises in the room, like scratches near the wall that it's happening on. So we were just sitting there and my parents came in and they're like, there's nothing to worry about, it's nothing. Don't be stupid, you know, just come and watch TV. So anyway, we kept going a bit longer and we could feel the cold breeze coming near us while our dog was looking at us. So basically we were sitting on the bed and our dog was just looking at us directly. And while he was looking at us, we could feel the cold breeze just go across us. We got goosebumps everywhere. I looked at my sister. She had tears in her eyes. I had tears in my eyes. I was so scared. I looked at her and she's like, do not run. And obviously I was going to run. She just grabs my wrist and she's like, don't run. We both ran. We ran as fast as we could to the lounge and we were like, there's something in the room. So our parents, being our parents, thought we were being stupid, that it was funny. They came into the room and they started laughing. They're like, Spirit, get out of here. Go on, get out. We don't want you in this house. Get out of here. And me and my sister were freaking out. We're like, don't say that sort of stuff. Like, don't say that. That's not funny. It's scary. Anyway, they go back in the lounge and I'm walking around my sister's room, and at this moment in time, both of the dogs were barking hysterically and they were growling and scratching at the floor where this ball was. And I was like, you still got that L plate? And she's like, yeah, what about it? And I'm like, okay. So I walked up to it, and about this much above the L plate, I put my hand like this, just feeling the air. It was frozen like ice. And I was like, this is that stuff that needs to be out of the house. So we go and tell my parents, and this time it was more serious. They came into the room and I was like, just feel above this ball and then just feel the air around it. So they did that and they're like, you need to get rid of this now. Take it outside, get rid of it, throw it in the bin. I don't want this in the house. You go get a plastic bag and put it in the bin. So anyway, my dad runs to the kitchen, gets 2 plastic bags, hands it to me and says, pick this up and take it outside. And I was like, I'm not touching it. No one wanted to touch it. So my dad ended up picking it up, like tipping the ball upside down. So they didn't even want to touch it. It was, at this moment in time, they believed us and they didn't want anything to do with it. So they picked it up, tied it in a bag, and my dad walked not to the bin, but across to the park. So we got like a park across from us. And he walked all the way to the other side of the park and threw it in the park bin, so it wasn't even anywhere near our house. And they came back into the room and my parents were like, come and sit with us, we don't want you staying in here by yourselves. Now, if they believed us in that moment in time, then obviously something was scary. And my mum and dad asked her, where did you get that from? And she said, I found it near a church. And they were like, what church? And she told them what church it was, and like something had happened there in the time frame where she got that from, and there was dried blood on it. And at that moment in time she did see the dry blood and she snapped back out of it. So I don't know why she didn't see it from the beginning, but there was dried blood and my parents even saw it. So did I, and we got kind of freaked out. And so from that time there hasn't really been anything happening, but occasionally you will hear the scratches on the walls, on the roof, and you can hear the dogs going nuts sometimes. Only sometimes though, but it's not like how it was before. But it was pretty scary, and yeah, we haven't really had that much of paranormal stuff happening in her room since. But now when she goes to bed she has to sleep with 2 rocks on her, like against her door, because otherwise her door will open and it will just keep opening and closing at random parts of the night. So she has her door open about this much. She has to put a rock behind it and a rock in front of it so it doesn't move. Otherwise, if she doesn't put that there, the door will move. If she has the door open, it will close. If the door's closed, it will open. So yeah, that's really creepy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. I do have more paranormal stuff, and I will be making weekly videos from now on. I'm really going to try. I just haven't had a lot of time on my hands lately, but that will be coming shortly. And also follow me and my sister on Instagram. The links will be down in the description box below. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Bye. Love you all.